The world has begun its soft exhale. Outside your window, the night moves like a slow tide, carrying away the noise of the day. The hum of expectation, the weight of names and roles, all dissolve into the gentle hush of evening. You feel it in your chest first, a loosening, a subtle surrender. With each breath, your body leans closer to the quiet, like a leaf drifting towards still water. Your eyes close, and the room no longer belongs to walls and furniture. It becomes a gentle horizon, boundless and weightless. Somewhere within this stillness, a soft doorway opens, not in the world outside, but in the quiet architecture of your mind. This is the gateway of night, and you are standing at its threshold. Here, your awareness lingers in that tender space between waking and dreaming. Thoughts arrive like distant echoes, then dissolve before they can land. A warmth spreads through your limbs, and your breath slows into a rhythm that feels older than time. You are not asleep, not fully awake. You are drifting in the soft corridor of in-between, where the noise of the world cannot follow. And it is here, in this delicate twilight of the mind, that the hidden language of reality begins to speak. You may sense it as a shimmer at the edge of perception, the feeling that the air around you carries a secret. The soft glow of imagination begins to unfold, as if the darkness itself is whispering that everything you see and everything you feel is shaped by the way you look at it. This is the quiet presence of the observer effect, though no textbook is needed to explain it to you. Imagine a single beam of light passing through the night. As your awareness touches it, the beam bends, curves, or settles, responding to the weight of your attention. Reality does this too. Your gaze, your awareness, your quiet noticing, all become the invisible hands that sculpt the world around you. You breathe and feel the room breathe with you. Every inhale softens the edges of thought. Every exhale folds the day behind you. There is a sense of being gently watched, not by another person, but by life itself. A subtle awareness that your consciousness is not just drifting through the universe, it is touching it, shaping it, even now as you rest. Perhaps this is why the night feels sacred. In the soft collapse of daily noise, your inner frequency rises to meet the quiet rhythms of the cosmos. The pulse of your heart syncs with the gentle hum of unseen currents. Somewhere beyond words, a truth stirs. The universe is not a distant stage, but a mirror made of light and possibility. Every subtle shift in your awareness sends ripples through the invisible field around you. You begin to notice the softness of your own being. Your body is no longer just weight and form. It is a quiet instrument, tuned to the frequencies of life. Your thoughts are lighter now, like feathers carried by a breeze you cannot see, and as they drift, the vastness inside you begins to open. Here, in this gateway of night, a gentle knowing arrives. Reality is not solid, not fixed, not unchangeable. It bends to the one who observes, who dreams, who listens. And tonight, in this stillness, you are that observer. Perhaps this is the first step of a quantum shift, not the dramatic leap the mind imagines, but a quiet rearranging of what is possible, a slow dissolving of walls, a soft invitation to step into a reality shaped by ease instead of effort. You rest in this awareness, as if floating in a pool of night. The boundary between your inner world and the outer world grows thinner. Perhaps this is quantum manifestation at its gentlest form, an exhale that allows life to unfold around your softened attention. The gateway waits. Your breath is the key, and as you drift closer to the cradle of sleep, the universe seems to lean in and whisper a question it has carried for eternity. If reality listens to the way you see it, how softly are you willing to look tonight? I kept the pacing hypnotic, used your approved keywords sparingly, and blended quantum science with soft emotional storytelling for sleep induction. The night has grown softer. Somewhere beyond your closed eyes, the world hums with an almost imperceptible rhythm, like the faint vibration of a string in a distant symphony. You can feel it if you listen, not with your ears, but with the quiet space inside your chest. Your heart beats, and for a moment it feels as if it is answering a call that has no words. You breathe in, and the air tastes of stillness. You breathe out, and a subtle warmth spreads through your body, as if you are dissolving into the room, into the night, into the unseen. In this quiet surrender, something begins to reveal itself. the invisible threads that tie you to everything that exists. They are soft as whispers, unbreakable as light. These threads are not bound by the rules of distance or time. They stretch beyond the horizon of what your eyes can see, connecting you to the wind that brushes through faraway trees, to the pulse of distant stars, to the laughter of a stranger you will never meet. This is the silent language of quantum entanglement, a reminder that your existence does not end where your skin does. You are stitched into the fabric of life itself, a living thread in a boundless tapestry. Your mind drifts to the image of a cosmic loom, weaving light and memory into patterns that cannot be seen, but can always be felt. Each inhale feels like a soft pull on the thread, and each exhale like a gentle release into the vastness of the universe. Your body may lie still, but your awareness flows across these invisible bridges, touching everything without moving at all. A quiet truth begins to form. You have never been separate. The loneliness you sometimes feel is like a cloud passing across the sun. It hides the light, but it does not remove it. Your nervous system may have learned to tighten, to retreat, to believe in walls and isolation. But tonight, the tension softens, and those walls melt into mist. Your heart notices the shift first. Its rhythm steadies, as if reassured by the pulse of something greater. Perhaps this is quantum flow, the gentle current of connection that carries all things along their path. It is not something you control or chase. It is something you surrender to, like a leaf floating downstream, knowing the river already knows the way. You feel the threads moving through you, not as lines or cords, but as a sensation of being held by life. The warmth in your chest spreads to your shoulders, your arms, the tips of your fingers. Your breath is slow, and in that rhythm you sense the truth of a quantum mind, a mind that is not trapped in a skull, but spacious, infinite, reaching across invisible distances to touch the whole. The day's worries seem small now. Every thought that once felt sharp and urgent dissolves into the larger pattern, like tiny droplets merging with an endless ocean. You sense the unity that has always been here, a unity that does not demand effort or proof. It is simply the way things are, connected, alive, whole. This is not the dramatic reality shift the waking world imagines. It is a gentle one, happening in the soft folds of your awareness. A quantum shift so subtle that the mind almost misses it, but the heart feels it completely. A trust arises, quiet but complete. You are not lost, because you have always been part of everything. You float in this knowing, resting in the cosmic fabric that has always cradled you. The threads do not ask for belief or understanding. They only invite you to rest, to feel, to let go. And as sleep begins to gather around you like a warm tide, the universe seems to hum a single, tender question in return. If every thread of life already holds you, how much more softly can you surrender tonight? The night wraps around you like a soft ocean, endless and calm. Your breath is the tide, moving in and out, a rhythm older than thought. With each inhale, a quiet expansion fills your chest, and with each exhale, the world seems to release its hold. Here in the stillness of your own body, a wave begins to rise, a wave of possibility that you can feel but not yet see. This wave is not water. It is softer, subtler. It moves through you like a secret current, carrying the energy of every thought, every emotion, every silent wish. Your inner world stirs the unseen world, sending ripples through the quantum field that holds all potential. Every feeling becomes a soft vibration, every thought a pebble dropped into an infinite pond. You notice how these ripples move gently outward. They do not force or demand. They simply expand, like light spilling through darkness. This is your quantum frequency, the delicate music of your being reaching into the field of endless possibilities. The quieter you become, the more clearly you feel its rhythm. In your mind's eye, you see the waveform, a rolling crest of potential, shimmering with choices not yet made. In the language of quantum physics, this is the wave of possibility, where all outcomes exist at once, but you do not need equations to feel it. It is in the way your chest loosens, the way your thoughts soften, the way a sense of quiet hope begins to hum inside your bones. Then, slowly, your awareness touches one possibility, and the wave begins to settle. This is the gentle metaphor of wave function collapse, the moment when potential becomes form, when what could be becomes what is. In your life, this happens not through tension but through presence, through the simple act of observing with an open heart. Your mind drifts to the things you have carried today. The worries, the doubts, the quiet ache of expectations unspoken. They feel like small stones, keeping the wave from flowing freely. But as your breath deepens, the stones seem to lift. One by one, they fall away into the soft ocean of night. With each exhale, a subtle reality shift begins. Not a grand, cinematic leap, but a gentle rearranging of the inner world. The feelings that once tightened your chest now loosen like knots in warm water. You notice how the act of soft attention, the simple willingness to feel without forcing, allows the wave of possibility to move freely again. This is your invitation to ease, to understand that you are both the ocean and the wave, both the stillness and the ripple. Every gentle thought is a seed, every quiet intention a soft touch on the quantum fabric. There is no rush. The wave knows where to go. Your body is heavy now, but in a way that feels safe, like the earth itself is holding you. Your breath becomes a slow pendulum, swinging between worlds. Inhale, the wave rises. Exhale, the wave falls. You are floating in quantum flow, carried not by effort, but by trust. The night around you listens. Perhaps this is what quantum manifestation truly is. Not a push, not a demand, but a soft alignment between your inner rhythm and the infinite field of life. You do not chase possibility, you rest in it, and it responds. As sleep gathers, your awareness drifts toward the unspoken. The wave of possibility moves through you, patient, infinite, waiting for the softest whisper of choice. And as the last threads of thought unravel into night, the universe seems to ask, if every potential already lives within you, which one will rise on the tide of your next breath? The night is a cradle, holding you with infinite patience. Your body sinks into its rhythm, and the air feels softer now, as though the room itself has exhaled. You are still, and in that stillness, a new awareness emerges, the awareness of the calm observer. Your breath moves like a slow river. Each inhale fills your chest with quiet light. Each exhale loosens the invisible knots you have carried all day. Your thoughts rise and fall, but tonight, you do not chase them. You simply watch, like someone standing at the edge of a gentle stream, noticing the leaves as they drift by. This simple act, just watching, is how reality begins to soften. Your nervous system, often coiled like a spring, senses the safety of this moment. Shoulders fall, jaw releases, the space between your eyebrows smooths. Your heart beats without hurry. The quiet observer in you has taken its seat, and the world begins to mirror this calm. In this state, you notice the subtle shimmer of quantum flow. It is not loud, not dramatic. It is the tender feeling that life is moving around you and through you, in perfect rhythm. The tension of control dissolves. You are no longer forcing the day to bend to your will. You are allowing the night to unfold you. Thoughts still arrive. The memory of a conversation, a flicker of worry about tomorrow, the soft ache of something left unsaid. But tonight, you do not resist. You witness them with the quiet curiosity of the quantum mind, knowing that attention without judgment is what transforms energy. Every thought you allow to pass without gripping it is a thread released from your body's old knots. Your nervous system responds in kind. What was once a hum of background alertness becomes a steady, soothing pulse. Your body understands safety now. The subtle tremors of vigilance fade, and in their place grows a feeling of open space, like the first sunlight breaking through the mist over a quiet sea. Here, the softest reality shift begins. It is not the kind the world announces with noise or spectacle. It happens in whispers. The moment you become the calm observer, life responds to that calm. Thoughts that once dictated your mood now flow like water, never clinging. Emotions that once felt overwhelming pass through like clouds moving across a twilight sky. Perhaps this is the secret of quantum manifestation. It is not the mind's desperate grasping for what it wants, but the nervous system's gentle permission to receive. When your inner world is quiet, the outer world feels softer, kinder, more fluid. Possibility stretches like light across still water, waiting for the softest ripple of intention. You notice this ripple now. It begins as a subtle sense of alignment, a quiet knowing that the world outside is shaped by the world within. Not by force, not by tension, but by observation. By choosing to witness your own inner tides with tenderness, you begin to alter the frequencies you move through. The room feels larger now, though nothing has changed. Your body feels lighter, though it has not moved. The observer effect is at work, not as a scientific lesson, but as an intimate experience. You are shaping your reality simply by being present with it. A warmth spreads from your chest to your fingertips. Your breath is deep and unhurried. In this calm, a sense of trust begins to bloom. Trust that the life you are quietly observing is already responding to your softness, already bending toward balance. Sleep approaches, gentle and unannounced. Your thoughts, once noisy companions, have become soft lanterns fading into the night. You float between worlds, held by the subtle truth that stillness itself is transformative. And as your awareness drifts toward dreams, the universe seems to ask, like a voice carried on the tide of your breath, if reality bends to the calm observer, how quietly will you choose to see tomorrow? The night wraps around you like a soft cocoon, warm and forgiving. Your body lies heavy against the bed, and yet, somewhere beneath the weight, a quiet vibration hums. It is subtle at first, like a faint note in a distant song, but as your breath deepens, you feel it, your own frequency, the living rhythm of your being. This hum is the language of your body. It speaks to the places that ache, the memories that hide in muscle and bone, the unspoken emotions that have lingered like shadows. Tonight, you are listening. Each inhale gathers this soft vibration, and each exhale releases the weight of all that has stayed too long. Slowly, your body begins to trust the safety of this moment. The hum spreads through your chest and belly, like ripples moving outward across still water. It touches the knots of old tension, the subtle tremors of past worry, the imprints of times when you had to hold yourself tighter than you wanted to. These echoes of the past, your old trauma loops and self-protection patterns, begin to loosen under the warmth of your attention. Your frequency rises, not in volume, but in depth. It is like light expanding through a forest at dawn, reaching the places that have been hidden in night. This is where the quantum frequency of healing lives, not in forcing change, but in allowing your body's quiet song to harmonize with the infinite field around you. The quantum field listens, not to words, but to resonance. You imagine your body as a luminous instrument, strings stretching beyond the edge of your skin. Each breath plucks a note. Each heartbeat sends a ripple into the vastness. You are part of a symphony you cannot fully hear, but you can feel. This is your subtle quantum flow, a dance of inner restoration. Old emotional patterns, tightness in your shoulders, heaviness in your chest, the familiar ache of unspoken fears begin to dissolve like mist touched by sunlight. There is no rush here. Healing is a soft unfolding, not a command. Your nervous system, once vigilant, now drifts into coherence. The body understands safety not through words but through sensation, through the felt experience of ease returning, wave by wave. Perhaps this is what quantum manifestation truly begins with. Not reaching for what you do not have, but clearing the weight of what no longer serves. Every release creates space for renewal. Every slow breath teaches your cells a new story, that you are safe, that you are whole, that life can flow through you without resistance. A warmth spreads into your hands and feet, as if every part of you is being invited home. Your mind, usually busy with its spinning constellations, quiets in reverence to the body's song. This is not the noise of striving, this is the music of return. Your inner frequency begins to mirror the calm expanse of the night itself, as if the universe is tuning you to its own heartbeat. Sleep drifts closer, carried on the current of this vibration. Even your thoughts feel lighter now, like feathers on the surface of a slow river. Old patterns no longer grip, they float. You are both the observer and the observed, the healer and the one being healed. And as you surrender fully to this gentle resonance, the quantum field seems to lean closer, whispering its timeless question. If your body is already singing the song of healing, what else might begin to soften tonight? The night feels like a mirror, quiet and endless. You lie in stillness, and yet, inside you, a subtle movement begins, an almost imperceptible sway, like the soft rhythm of a dancer before the music rises. You realize that your life, your mind, your very sense of self, is always moving, always shifting, always becoming. Every breath is a step in the dance of identity. With each inhale, the self you have known gathers around you. The memories, the roles, the names whispered over the years. With each exhale, those same identities soften, releasing their grip just enough for you to glimpse something new. You feel it now, the loop of identity, the patterns that have repeated, the emotional cycles you have spun through like a familiar waltz. Some loops were chosen with joy, others were learned in silence, born of survival. There are old beliefs hidden in the way your chest tightens, in the way your thoughts rehearse the same fears, in the way your nervous system prepares for storms that never come. And yet, here in the moonlit quiet of your mind, you begin to notice a door, a threshold not outside but within, a soft invitation to step beyond the loop. This is where transformation begins, not as a battle, but as a turning of the body toward a new rhythm. In the quantum field, every potential self already exists. You do not need to chase them. They are here, shimmering in the subtle folds of possibility. This is your moment of quantum jumping, not a dramatic leap, but a quiet glide into a new version of yourself, chosen by presence rather than force. Your subconscious listens closely now. It feels the slowing of your breath, the softening of your muscles, the absence of urgency. In this calm, old programming begins to rewrite itself. The stories that once held you small loosen, thread by thread, dissolving into the stillness that cradles you. You begin to sense that you are not only the dancer, you are also the dance itself. Every step, every pivot, every release of tension creates a ripple of change. A quantum shift is happening, though it moves in whispers. The self that clung to fear begins to bow to the self that trusts. The self that lived only in old loops yields to the self that flows. There is no need to force this transformation. The dance unfolds in its own timing, like the moon guiding the tides. You allow the movements to come as they will. An inhale of becoming, an exhale of release. In this rhythm, a gentle reality shift begins. The identity that once felt heavy grows lighter, more fluid, as if it is made of mist instead of stone. Your body understands this before your mind does. A warmth blooms in your chest, spreading outward, carrying the message of safety and renewal. Your nervous system uncoils. Your muscles melt deeper into the bed. In this surrender, your being aligns with quantum flow, a current of possibility that has always been here, waiting for your quiet trust. You are the dancer. You are the dance. You are the space in which the music moves. As sleep begins to gather around you, you feel the story of your life bending softly, opening to new pages that have not yet been written. Your identity is no longer a cage, but a river, free to take new shapes with every breath. And as your awareness drifts toward dreams, the universe leans close and whispers, if every version of you already exists, which one will you choose to dance into tonight? The night feels endless, like a river without edges. You lie in its current, weightless, as if time itself has softened its grip. Around you, the world is quiet, and within you a softer rhythm begins to emerge. A gentle flow that asks for nothing, that carries everything. Life, you realize, is a river of moments. Each one arrives like a ripple, then fades into the next, creating patterns only the universe can see. You have spent so much of your life trying to control the river, trying to build dams of certainty, to predict each bend. But tonight, something in you exhales, and the water carries you instead. This is the dance of quantum events, each moment a possibility, each breath a bridge to a future not yet shaped. There is no force here, no strain, only trust. Trust that the flow knows the way. As your body relaxes deeper into the mattress, you feel the river moving through you, not just around you. Your heart beats like a soft drum in rhythm with the current. Your thoughts, once scattered like leaves in the wind, drift downstream without resistance. The path is no longer something you must see to believe. It unfolds beneath you like stepping stones rising from the water, one at a time, as if conjured by faith itself. This is the essence of quantum flow, life revealing its design only to those willing to soften, to surrender, to be carried. A memory flickers across your mind, one of all the times you fought the current, gripping the edges of what was known, terrified of what you could not see. Your nervous system had learned to brace against the unknown, mistaking safety for control. But the river is teaching you now that safety lives in movement, not in clinging. Each exhale releases another layer of tension. Shoulders melt, fingers uncurl. The body, once an anchor of vigilance, becomes a vessel of trust. Somewhere in this quiet, you feel the subtle hum of quantum frequency. the resonance between your own energy and the vastness that holds you. This frequency is not loud, it is a whisper, a feeling, a knowing. The more you relax, the more it aligns you with the silent choreography of life. You notice the ripples of thought that still rise and fall. A question about tomorrow, a flicker of doubt, but instead of tightening around them, you let them pass, like fish gliding beneath the surface of the stream. You are no longer trying to catch every thought, to hold every answer. Perhaps this is the quiet truth of quantum manifestation. Not pushing, not demanding, but allowing the river to move you toward the life already waiting in the unseen. Allowing trust to replace urgency. Your body grows heavier now, anchored not by fear, but by peace. The river carries you without effort, and you begin to sense that the universe is not separate from you at all. It flows through your breath, through your heartbeat, through every moment that brought you here. Sleep begins to gather at the edges of your awareness, soft and inevitable. The flow carries you across the threshold between waking and dreaming, where the mind releases its grip and the heart drifts free. You are no longer the one swimming. You are the water itself, moving without resistance. And in this tender surrender, the night seems to whisper a question that lingers in the current. If every moment is already carrying you to where you belong, how gently are you willing to float tonight? The night has become a cathedral of stillness. You lie within it, your body sinking deeper into the soft embrace of the bed. Around you, the air feels thick with quiet, as if the world has paused to listen. In that quiet, you begin to hear something that has no sound, a gentle hum that seems to rise from within you. This is the silent symphony of your quantum mind. It does not play with instruments or voices. It plays with awareness, with intention, with the soft rhythm of thought, dissolving into possibility. Your mind is no longer a restless chatter of fragments. It is a vast, open hall, where ideas drift like notes, rising and fading in perfect time. You breathe in, and a new note enters the symphony, a subtle feeling of expansion, like the universe leaning closer. You breathe out, and another note joins, soft and low, carrying the weight of release. Every breath becomes a musician, adding to the song of your inner world. Your mind does not need to force this music. It is created in the spaces between effort, in the surrender to stillness. The patterns of your day, the looping worries, the invisible tension, begin to fade into the background as if the symphony has gently turned the volume of the world down to a whisper. In this quiet, you feel the pulse of the quantum field moving through you. It is as if every particle of your being is part of an unseen orchestra, vibrating in harmony with something infinite. The song does not rush. It unfolds like moonlight across a sleeping ocean, slow and inevitable. You notice how your thoughts have softened into shapes, not words. A glimmer of desire appears, something you wish to create, to become, to feel. But in the space of your quantum mind, desire is not a grasping, it is a feather placed on the wind, floating effortlessly into the unseen. This is the language of quantum manifestation. Not demanding, not forcing, but allowing your inner music to ripple into the field of possibility. Your nervous system feels the safety of this surrender. The subtle hum of vigilance that lived in your body begins to quiet. Shoulders sink, breath deepens. Even the tiny muscles around your eyes soften as if the silent symphony has reached them too. Your whole being becomes an instrument of resonance, tuned to the frequency of calm creation. Perhaps this is how a reality shift truly begins. Not with sudden drama, but with a note held softly in the dark, a vibration that tells the universe, I am ready, I am listening. Your quantum mind is weaving now. Every intention you hold with gentle trust is a strand in the tapestry of what will come. Every release of tension makes room for a new pattern to emerge. You feel like both the listener and the composer, both the dreamer and the dream. Time itself seems to blur. There is no before, no after, only the slow, hypnotic unfolding of the symphony that is your own consciousness. You are no longer chasing the song, you are the song. Sleep begins to move toward you like a soft tide. The music of your mind does not end as you drift. It deepens, sinking into the layers of your subconscious, carrying the seeds of new beginnings. You are held in the knowing that creation continues, even here, in this effortless rest. And as your awareness dissolves into the vastness of night, a single, tender question lingers in the air like the last note of the symphony. If your mind can compose worlds in silence, What dream will it choose to play next? The night has become weightless. You lie in stillness, and the edges of time begin to blur. The day is no longer reaching for you, and tomorrow has not yet arrived. There is only this moment, stretched like a soft horizon, infinite and tender. Your breath slows. It is the only rhythm that matters now. The gentle rise of your chest, the quiet fall that follows. Each inhale feels like the opening of a door. Each exhale, a step through it, into a space where nothing is required of you. Here, past and future dissolve. Memories that once clung to your thoughts loosen like leaves floating on a quiet stream. Hopes and worries about what is to come fade into the background, becoming soft echoes in the vast room of your mind. What remains is the simple pulse of now, the only place where life truly lives. This is where the infinite possibility of the present reveals itself. Every breath is a tiny quantum jump, a shift in the direction of your being. You realize you do not need to rewrite the past or grasp at the future. Change unfolds here, in this quiet expanse, where presence is the seed of transformation. Your body understands this even before your mind does. Muscles sink into the mattress. Shoulders release the invisible weight they carried all day. The subtle hum of your nervous system softens into coherence, as if it too is listening to the silence. This is the moment your subconscious opens its gates, allowing renewal to slip in like moonlight through an open window. You notice how your thoughts move differently here. They are no longer sharp or hurried. They drift like soft clouds across a wide sky. When one passes, another comes, and yet none of them hold you. You are the quiet observer, watching with ease, knowing that the river of the mind needs no interference. Perhaps this is the heart of quantum manifestation, not the endless effort of chasing change, but the soft awareness that in the now, all paths exist. By resting in presence, you allow the threads of possibility to weave themselves without tension. By breathing here, fully, you become the center of your own reality shift. The night around you feels alive, though it makes no sound. It holds you as you float in this space between waking and dreaming. Here, the quantum field of life bends gently toward your awareness, responding not to force, but to your willingness to simply be. Every inhale invites renewal. Every exhale releases resistance. Sleep begins to gather like a warm tide, slow and inevitable. You feel the edges of your identity soften, the self you carried all day dissolving into the gentle expanse of now. You are not rushing to arrive anywhere. You are already here. You are already whole. As your consciousness drifts toward dreams, a quiet truth lingers like a soft echo in the infinite stillness. If all of life lives in this single moment, what new possibility will your next breath bring?